Hey guys, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Happy New Year, 2022. Believe it or not, good God Almighty, we are here, and it's a new year. I just want to go over a few things real quick and just talk about what has 2021 brought me and what 2022. I guess what we can kind of look forward to. I guess I don't know, or wishful thinking in a way, right? So 2021 was a full year that felt like 5 years. Honestly, it did. And in a recap, to be completely honest and transparent with you guys, I will kind of just give you some things that happened in my life. Well, very honestly, I started off the new year, I believe, with maybe 400 subscribers. Maybe even less than that. I really I'm not sure. I'll have maybe a graph on the screen here for you to check out. Yeah, I started out with at least I know less than 500 subscribers with nobody watching me and really just putting out content just because I would hope one day someone would listen to me, honestly. And well, it turned out eventually that was the case. Now, I've had this kind of a brief history here. I've had this channel for a very long time. I've had this channel for since 2013, I think. And that's when I started first posting videos online was 2013. And it was good. It was very good. Back then, the I hate to say it, back then the competition wasn't so saturated in a way. I really started YouTube like out of high school, in high school, during high school, on the brink of like maybe junior, senior year. And it was a rough time. Obviously, high school was rough for me, just a bad time, really in general. And I mean, it was good and bad. And I talked about this in the last stream. It's good because you get no responsibility. That's fantastic, right? But it's bad because some of us don't peak in high school, and some of us really do. I'm kind of the person that didn't peak in high school, and I was alone a lot. I was for the most part. I had like a few friends, but anytime I went to classes, you were typically alone. I had Danielle, luckily, but the days that she weren't there, um, I was by myself. I was stuck in the library, or I chose to go to the library and go to the, computer lab just to make sure I didn't look as lonely as I really was. And it's no fault to anybody, especially like the few close friends I had in high school. They had their own friends and they did their own thing, and they had their own struggles as well, and they had their own girlfriends and things like that. We always stayed well connected out of school, but during school it was just a rough time. Anyways, so when it became junior year, senior year, I was very lonely uh, sometimes, and one of the best, and really depressed, and really went over depression and the whole mental situation that happened back in 2013 with me ending up in the hospital, unfortunately. I won't go too in detail into that, but there was one constant in my life at least, and that was YouTube. Yeah, YouTube was a way to connect with people. It was a way to watch people. It was a way to kind of break out of the well, the standard TV guide per se. Like, oh, this is a consistent TV guide. The next episode's coming next week. No, really. YouTube was a variety of anything, of everything, anything that you could really think about and wish for. You could find it on YouTube, and that was a big deal to me. And being alone for those times, um, it helped me. It helped me a lot, and inspired me to one create content. And of course, I love gaming. Right, I love gaming, and I wanted to start gaming. And I discovered Let's Play channels, and I discovered what a Let's Play was. Most of you guys know big thing that I fell into was the Yogscast. The Yogscast and their Minecraft survival series. That's what made me fall in love with Let's Plays. And then it kind of continually to grow and grow and grow from there, and like checking out other games and be interested in other things. And really, I could try games out that I normally wouldn't go out and buy myself, but I could try games out looking through the lens of somebody else and see if maybe if this game was for me, maybe it wasn't. And that was a big deal. And at the same time, people would be able to sit there and talk with you and, listen to commentary and listen to people, and maybe some of the great content creators I like to listen to or watch. They talk a little bit of personal stuff about themselves. And, well, that was a big deal. So in 2013, when I was a junior going into senior high school, that's what I wanted to do. And I saved the money. I got the money to get my first ever PC. and it was a Dell PC, and it was like an i5 processor. I can't remember exactly which one. I still have that computer to today, and then I installed its own, I think like 650 GTX into it, and I had no idea how to make computers. I was a console gamer, always been a console gamer, and I was like, where do I go? How do I go? I got a microphone. I got, and back then, well, even now, the first version of the Elgato capture card, and I took off. Like, I wanted to do my thing. I wanted to become something. But I think it was a little too early. And sometimes people are successful on YouTube early in life and age wise, and you know, some people are late bloomers. Me, you could say I'm a late bloomer, and even some people that like are just picking up YouTube and starting to become content creators at the age of 30, 40, 50, whatever it is. I'm not saying that you know, oh, if you're a late bloomer, then you must be an extreme late bloomer. Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but anyways, I thought it was my time then, and it wasn't my time, and it was a hard fact to accept, and the quality wasn't there, the ideas weren't there, the mindset wasn't there, the motivation wasn't there, and at least on YouTube. At least on YouTube in 2013. It was very hard to discover. There's a lot of learning and search engine optimizations that you don't know about, and tagging and sharing your content and making sure your content is discoverable, which is forever more 10 times harder today than I think it was back then. But regardless, I did Twitch. I did Twitch in 2013, and there was a game that came out that year called GTA, Grand Theft Auto 5. Sure you've heard of it? I used to stream GTA, and I had a point where 92 people were watching me. I've never had that number ever since then. I've never had 92 people ever watch me, but there was at one point 92 people watching me live on Twitch because the market wasn't saturated as much now. There wasn't a lot of people that had the setup that I had, and I was going, dude, and I was going. I had followers, I had donations and all that, and well, everything took a turn for the worst in 2013. Like I said, mental things came up, mental health came up, and one toll that really hurt me was my mom. My mom, and I'm not going to go into detail, but my mom, she almost died in 2013. Yeah. She was laid up in the hospital for about a month of December 2013. I'll never forget it. It was snowing, like a big snowfall, like getting trapped in the hospital type thing, like snow everywhere, right? And we were having dinner one time, and she just had to lay down and say she wasn't feeling good. And I remember that I was heavy on my streaming, and well, next thing I know, she was being rolled out on a stretcher, you know, on a gurney, and is that what they're called, stretcher gurneys? Anyways, she's been rolled out on the stretcher. The ambulance had to come, and it took them forever because they had to put chains on their wheels just to come to our house. I live in California, so snow is like, what the hell is that? And yeah, and she went to the hospital, and she was in there for a month, and she was really ill, really, really ill. And I won't say what was wrong with her, but yeah. Anyways, that was around the same year my 18th birthday was then, and maybe it was me being selfish a little bit, but 18 years old was, I thought, a big deal. I was like, oh, I'm turning 18, you know, I'm turning 18, and my mom wasn't there for it because she was sick, and you know, I turned 18, and she didn't even know it was my birthday type thing, and then before you know it, Christmas happened. My birthday falls on December 22nd, for those of you that don't know, and Christmas is obviously 3 days later, right? So you can probably see how that was. Anyways, such a toll like that, and having an idea that maybe your mom wasn't going to be around anymore, was a big toll on my health overall, like mentally, and it made me stop creating content because I was just I felt like I needed to stop so that I could be there for her, you know? Luckily, she pulled through it. She got out of it. She's not completely healthy now, even to this day, but she's still around, and I love her to death. And she does her things, and she's cooking, or she's not cooking, she's kicking, and she's doing it. Well, she does cook, but she's kicking and doing all those things. But I gave up. I gave up on content because of that. And I was like, you know what? Things are not panning out on YouTube, and I like YouTube. I like YouTube almost more than Twitch for the most part, for some reasons. I mean, I do like some of Twitch some of Twitch's things, but yeah, I've always liked YouTube. I've always watched my content on YouTube. I don't watch live streams or broadcasts or archive live streams on Twitch. I watch YouTube. So I kind of stopped, and I was like, since things aren't really taking off, even though things were going well on Twitch, I just stopped cold turkey. That was it. Then I would post videos every once in a while, maybe once a month or so on my YouTube channel, and no one watched. It's just what it was. Like, it's just how it was. Back then, my commentary was terrible, and I didn't find my personality per se. I didn't find my persona. Fast forward into 2020. Fast forward to 2020. I lost my job. I lost my business. We lost our business, and I say we, and it was a family business. I lost my business. We lost my job. I lost my forever job, basically, that I worked at for about 5 years. It was a family business, a business that would eventually become mine, that my mom had built for the last 20 years. And 2020 arrived, March of 2020, and it shut down our business, and it shut it down permanently. And I lost it. And I was at a very crossroads in my life on what I should do. What do I do, right? What do I do? Am I scared of this, of the outcome of what happened? My mom in tears, and her being, her being the way she was and how she felt because she wanted the business to go to me, and maybe even eventually my brother as well, but later down the line. But I loved my job. I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved my job a lot, and I lost it, and it got taken away from me. And so during COVID, really, we didn't know when or if we were going to lose our business, right? They told us to shut down in March, middle of March, maybe open back up 2 weeks later. Well, that didn't happen. As most of you know, in 2020, the entire world was basically shut down for the entire year. So we lost it. We lost it all. And during that time in quarantine, I had nothing else to do, really. I had nothing really else to do other than to make videos. And I started making videos. And I started to do more research because I started to look at the outcomes of whether will I be able to ever go back to the business that I once loved and once enjoyed for the last half decade, or is that it? Is it gone? And do I need to accept that and move on to something else? And basically, working for yourself for the last 5 years, it's very hard to go back and try to work for someone. You're always in your ways, you're stuck in your ways. And people love that consistent structure of income on a job. And I get that, the financial protection there. But I have been my own boss for the last 5 years, so it's very, very difficult. So I got to be like, well, maybe I got to find somewhere else to go. Maybe I got to do something else. And, I was like, maybe I can really take this YouTube to the next level. Maybe if I give it a shot. If I don't give it a shot now, I'll never give it a shot. If I don't know, then I will never know. If I psych myself out and I say YouTube is not for me, nobody watches my stuff, might as well just walk away. Who knows? Maybe somebody will one day. And that's what happened in 2020, at least. Is towards the end of 2020, people started watching. I went from like 200 subscribers to like 400 subscribers towards the end of 2020. And I figured it. And it started to click. Started to click in my head. Started clicking on how the algorithm worked. It started to click on how the games, what type of games people are interested in. Started to really click and see what was popular, what was not what was popular per se, but what was really kind of like a niche, falling into a niche. Really, I always say that, how I fell into a niche, and I did. I fell into a niche. I fell into a niche, and I'm very grateful with what niche I've fell into and what people started to watch. I released content on Teardown, I believe, in the end of 2020, and people watched, and I got like my first 1,000 view video, and people started to subscribe. And so I made an entire series on Teardown, and that was fun. That was fantastic. And then I was like, well, since that did so well, maybe I go somewhere else. And I did. I went to the next game. And one of the next big games that I played on the channel was the Tenants. And a lot of you guys come from the Tenants, right? A lot of you guys come from the Tenants. And I've met a lot of you guys through the Tenants, the season 1. That had a lot of views. That showed, people who I was. And during the time of Teardown and the Tenants, like there is still some series that I have that is like it's like you know, I was still learning on who I was as a person, and really seeing who I was as I edit videos. As I have over 1,200 videos on the channel, you get to edit yourself 1,200 times, and you get to really see how you transform into a person, really. And it was good. It was so good. And I said, wow, the Tenants, a lot of people started watching. And the reason why I think is because I felt more comfortable with who I was as a person. I started not trying to be someone who I wasn't, and I started trying being someone who I really was. And in this room, behind this camera, behind this desk, behind this microphone, in front of this green screen, um, I can really be the person I want to be, and be the person who I really think I am. Like, it's incredible. And I don't know. It's really starting to form. Even now, it's really starting to mold, that I can express myself more in front of family, in front of friends, and be the person that I've always wanted to be in my head, but I was always afraid to do it in front of other people or strangers. But there became an age and time where I was just like, I don't really care what other people think anymore. And I'm just going to be me and do what I'm going to do. And if people like it, then that's a blessing, right? So people started to watch my content. And the more and more people started to watch, the more and more comfortable I started to become. And then I was like, you know what? What are one things that I liked growing up as a kid? What are one things that I like growing up watching YouTube? What did I like about certain people that I watch? I love when they talk about personal stuff. I love when they talk about their time as just in life, stories, whatever it might be. And that's what it really happened. I went into story time with the Tenants, big time. Talked about a lot of different things. Season 1, there's a lot of good, rich history from me that I talk about in that, and really deep down stuff that I talk about in that series. It's a long series, about 50 episodes long, but you can really learn a lot about me in that series alone. After the Tenants, we did play King of Retail. King of Retail fit right at home with me because I was like, damn, running my own store, that's basically what I did for the last 5 years. How incredible was that? And people loved it. People watched it. I started seeing support, and I started seeing subscribers grow every single day, slowly but surely. It was amazing. I never could think that it would ever, like, having subscribers, gain subscribers every single day, I never thought was possible for me. It did. It started to happen. And I've been gaining subscribers every single day for maybe the last 9 months. Not a single day has gone by where I did not have a single subscriber, and I am truly thankful for that. I really am. I unlocked the channel memberships and monetization at 1,000 subscribers, as most of you might know. And that was a game changer. It really is. It's a game changer even now. And I opened up memberships for the channel that people that wanted to that were enjoying my content every single day. I opened it up and people became members. And you can see it in through the entire 150 episode of season 2 King of Retail. You can see it gradually start from nothing and turn into something, right? And that's what it did. It turned from nothing into something, and it was incredible. And I think one thing that's really surprised me in 2021 is the generosity. I live in such a cutthroat area of the world that generosity takes a lot. And generosity, when it comes to people in different states, different countries, blows my mind. It blows my mind. The generosity where I live almost doesn't exist. And I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. And it's really given me a path the last 6 months to figure out what to do with the channel. I've saved up money for these last 6 months to be able to do what I've done. And I've been able to do what I've done because of the money I've saved at the beginning of the year. And now we're turning over the stone to another year. And I've seen for the last 6 months where I stand on a consistent level as far as income goes. And now we're going to get personal, right? Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. And I have to say that some of the most successful YouTubers have had to take a leap at some point in their life. And they had to do it. And they had to have a support system. And they had to just do it and not be afraid. It's scary. I almost said it, dude, but it's scary. It's absolutely scary. One of the scariest things that people don't know about being a content creator is you wake up every single day and you are in charge of you. Being your own boss, obviously, is one thing, but being in charge of creating something and trying to sustain a living, it can be a very up and down roller coaster. Some days are good, some days are bad. Some months are great, some months are not. And I've seen it. I've seen it for the last 6 months. I've had incredible months. When I mean incredible, it's not that big, but at least to me, I think it is. And I've had bad months. And in particular, December was a very bad month for the channel. Very down month. I can't tell you why, but it was. And so you don't have that consistent paycheck. And you get paid once a month, right? But you make it work. You find ways to make it work. And that is the stage of where I'm at right now, is make it work. I can be an independent contractor. I've been an independent contractor for a long time. Like I said, I haven't paid, I've paid taxes. I mean, I've never, what is it? W-2? Is that? I've been a 1099 for the last 5 years. Well, I guess 7 years now. I've always been self-employed, is what I'm trying to say. And so I don't get a tax return. I pay my taxes at the end of the year. And so I don't know where I was going with that, but it is what it is. Anyways, the successful YouTubers say that if you make 25% of your regular income, you can pay your bills, then I think it's time for you to take a leap in faith, and jump into YouTube full time, full head of steam, and see where it can take you. Yeah, and I think that is very inspirational, and it can be very scary, but that's kind of where we're heading into 2022 here, is that I am fully now thinking, with the support system that I have from my wife, God bless her, wouldn't be able to do it without her, honestly, that I will be able to try to continue what I have going on now, giving you content every single day, 2 to 3 videos every single day, live streams a couple times, 3 times, 2 or 3 times a week. I'll be able to continue that with the support of y'all. With the support of y'all in the ever-growing aspect of the channel, as more people decide to hit the subscribe button and pour in and watch the videos and become members of the channel and use the super chats and watch the ads that pop up. Like I know, trust me, I know the ads, and it's bad. It's like, oh, the ads, right? But you don't realize that 5-second skip ad or 60-second ad or whatever it is, you're helping me every single day, and you're helping me continue this every single day. So without you, there's no me, you know, and that's just the hard facts of it. And so I have some goals going into 2022. I do. I have some goals that I want to meet, and I've kind of given myself an ultimatum in a way, really, saying that I have to give it a shot. I have to give YouTube a shot. And if I don't give it a shot, like I said, I'll never know. But if I give it a shot and it works out, then that's everything I've ever dreamed about, right? And the point of my content is to be there for you every single day. Is to make sure you have something to watch when you're having a bad day, you know? That's the point of it. Now 2021 was a very hard year. And I had to say goodbye to my grandfather, one of the closest people in my lives. I had to say goodbye to him on Mother's Day, a few days after his birthday. He had cancer. We didn't find out that he had cancer until, you know, a few days before he died, actually. So, yeah, big deal. And after he died, I had to. That was around May when the channel started to pick up I really had to think and compose myself. Like, I've been through this, or I've been through bad times creating content, but I've never been in anything this bad before. And do I step away for a month, or do I not? Or do I keep continuing the grind? And I had to make a decision. And even then, I didn't step away. I stopped creating videos for a week, but I posted videos while I was gone. Even though I was gone, I still posted videos. And maybe that went down to one day every single day, kind of split it up just so I could take a week, be like, damn, you know. And towards the end of 2021, some of you know, some of you might not know, birthday stream. We had our my birthday stream on December 22nd. It was fun. It was great. We had a great time. Went to bed that night and woke up with terrible news. Woke up to terrible news. Danielle's dad was in the hospital and had been in the hospital for a couple weeks, and we had no idea. He was on a ventilator. He was on dialysis. He got COVID. And the family, his dad lives in Arizona, which is a state over from us. So we had no idea. And he was in the hospital for a couple weeks, and the doctor said he's probably only has 72 hours. And we figured that out, and we learned of that information on the 23rd of December, which was Danielle and I's 3-year wedding anniversary. 3-year wedding anniversary. And well, you only have 3 days to live. And you haven't seen your dad in a year. What do you do? And with COVID protocols, you can only see him 30 minutes out of the day, and only one person can see him. And so that night on our anniversary, that day was terrible. It was a terrible day. Terrible, terrible day. And I'm still trying to get over it. And I'm holding up stronger than she is, but I have this channel and I have you guys to keep me going, right? She doesn't have as much as a motivation like that, And so I got her a plane ticket and I flew her out Christmas Eve morning, 5 a.m. Flew her out to go see her dad. She went and saw her dad. Her dad passed away in her arms Christmas Eve. She flew back Christmas Eve night. We got home 2 in the morning, Christmas Day. That was Christmas. Just like last week. That was Christmas for us. And I had to take a day where it's like I couldn't do anything. And I know you guys probably understand that, right? So 2021 ended in a terrible, terrible sour note. And one thing I wish for 2022 is just consistency, really. Resolution or not. Everyone makes resolutions. Do they stick to it? Probably not. Can we at least be consistent next year? This year? 2022? So, yeah. I do have criterias, though. With that all being said, I am, people have asked, is YouTube your source of income? Well, it's one of the sources of incomes for me, yeah. Yeah, this is the way I do. This is the way I, that damn fly, dude. This is the way I pay my bills. This is the way I put food in my fridge. This is the way I get the dog, guinea pigs, whoever, food. And this is how I pay money to keep a roof over my head and the lights on and all this. And yeah, this is it. This is it. And I have to make a decision this year that's going to be one of the biggest decisions of my entire life. Will this be the end of the channel at the end of the year? I don't know. And why I say that is because I will give it a valiant effort. I will give it my all. And for the last 9 months, I've been giving it my all for almost a year. And it's been turning out great. And it's been progressing great. And I've been able to do what I can great. But the consistency is where it's going to lie. Will it be consistent? Will I be able to continue? Will it continue to grow? Will it become something bigger? Will it become something better? I don't know. That is not up to me. All I can do is do the work and hope that I get better at doing what I'm doing. Really, that's it. So the ultimatum that I have is really I got to make a choice towards the end of this year. And that's why 2022 is kind of like I'm a little scared 2022. By the end of the year of 2022 of this year, I had to sit and think, do I wrap it up and call it a day and that's it? And I sign off for my very last time? Or do I continue forever keep going? Because there comes a point where I can be myself and be the person and do what I want, but I also have to be the husband for my wife. And I think that is a lot. And if things, you know, are not where they are, where I expect them to be, maybe in the next year, then I have to be a husband and I have to take care of my family and I got to move on to the next step, right? I'm sure you guys understand that. So, yeah. So my ultimatum is really, will this channel get 10,000 subscribers? Will it get 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year? Will it get 20,000 subscribers? I don't know. I would like to set a goal for 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if not hit it, at least come very close to hitting it. Because then I will then know if I shall continue with this channel. Continue doing this as a living. Now it's going to be hard. It's going to be extremely hard this year. It's a lot of pressure. Believe it or not, it's a lot of pressure to create nothing into something and give it to you. A lot of pressure. So I hope you guys know that you guys do mean a lot to me. And even through the hardest times this last week, you guys keep me motivated every single day. And the fact that other people have a hard time and that have come to me in the Discord or come to me in the live streams and they say, you know what, I'm just having a terrible week. But your videos help me get through that terrible week. That's all I could ever ask for. Like, that is just amazing. That's absolutely amazing. It is. And for the members that are the members of the channel, like, I'm going to be able to do more for you guys in the future. And thank you. Because you make it possible every single day for me to be able to do this for everyone. Not just for you, but for everyone. You know? It's incredible. It's incredible. Got some big plans in the next coming months. And I hope to speak to you guys soon. Happy New Year's. Really. Happy New Year's. 2022. Let's make it consistent. And let's make sure that we do it right. Let's be safe. And let's continue this ride together. With that being said, it's been a pleasure and honor being with you here today. And I will see you in the next one. All right. So, you take care.